Hey everyone, I'm Allison. Over the next couple of weeks on this channel, we're going to be showcasing different emotions, feelings that come up in life, and a couple of tips and tricks for how to move through them. The first one we're starting with is anger, and to do that we have the help from Tim and Elysia at the Grievous Gallery in Salisbury, North Carolina. I hope you find this video, a bit of their story, and the tips and tricks at the end of the video useful and helpful. For more information, check out the blurb underneath this video. I hope you enjoy. So it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in North Carolina, and we are on our way out to Salisbury, North Carolina to give a visit to the owners of the Grievous Gallery and see their space. I'm really excited and can't wait to meet them and hear a little bit more about what they do.
Went from counting carpet to counting ceiling tiles to eventually lead me to a place where, when my brain says to give up or to succumb to all the circumstances that I'm feeling, including suicide, I was able to step away from my brain and let myself look at things from a different perspective. And the things that reminded me to stay is simply being loved, seeing the people around me. Sometimes it was just as simple as having the sun shine on my face today. So it was this, go from counting carpet to, all right, easy on the breathing, okay, to going, yo, you're feeling this and it's a lie. You're still feeling it though. You're feeling the anxiety, you're feeling the hopelessness at the drop of a hat. And then I had to start to understand why I was feeling that, and there was no good reason for it other than I hit my head too hard.
He was gonna scare me, or that he was seeking attention, that it was just like a genuine, hey, like I need to tell somebody this, I need to get this out, but I don't want the world to stop because what I might say.
And I don't want anybody to worry, because that's what I'm fighting against. So to take what I've been dealt and then to put it in somebody else's lap, it doesn't help anybody. Getting triggers for me. It's more of, I'm built for this. This is what I was prepared to do. Give it to us. Give it to me. Give it to me. And if this helps you, you can dump it all over. And I'm okay with that. And we get that a lot. Something as simple as a goldfish dying, or losing a loved one, which is the same thing, but I've learned through the process that pain is simply pain. I'm constantly in the pursuit of peace.
Well, and allowing people to, just like I allow him to share, or what some people might even consider overshare, we allow complete strangers to do to us, whether they don't have somebody to share to, whether they're afraid that burdens too much for their spouse or their partner or their friend or their children, or maybe that's the person that gave the hurt. So giving them that just no holds bar, like he said, just dump it on us. Like, you're not gonna shock us. We've heard everything.
It's really important though, something you did for me is that you let me know it was okay to be.
And give each other a little bit more grace and understanding. And if you can't sleep, it's okay to get up and read a book or listen to music or go do something that you're not obligated to be fulfilling your partner or your roommate or your friend's ideas of what normalcy is all the time.
She was the reason during my injury and waking up in between resuscitations and things. I began to miss her, and
Oof.
I'm gonna have a headache. Ouch.
You're good.
I remember going back and forth. When I say back and forth, there's what I would consider dying, and I was scared. I remember telling her when they put me on the helicopter, and it's one of those things that stuck out. I never really told her what I was scared of. It was losing her. Not my children, not my job, not myself. Because I finally found her, finally found the person in my life that made life wonderful. And so that said, that was a fuel, that was a catalyst for me, is to get through this and to maintain my relationship and not destroy them, because in a circumstance like that, that's what happens. You know, you destroy those relationships because you feel like you're not good enough. Mm-hmm. And she reminded me that I am good enough. And that has stuck with me, and it will stick with me forever.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah. No,
So,
I think a lot of people that go through trauma, whether it be an accident or a chronic illness or a sudden illness like cancer, or, you know, having served, to know that sometimes people change and they come back different, but that they're still there, in there somewhere.
oh, I'm
And
here.
as much as they can't control how they've changed to a certain extent, there's always, you know, bad coping
I can
skills.
be so
and,
ugly.
but knowing that they're in there just as much and they didn't have the option to not change, we do. You know, we suffered secondary trauma because of whatever our loved ones are going through, but we have the conscious ability to change and give people the benefit of the doubt and be kinder or more patient or more helpful,
Encouraging.
more encouraging.
They're here, they're making a big attempt to go through it and not around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I see an island that you may be standing on that is no longer habitable for you. But then I can see the channel that divides between lands, and then when you leave, you go, I can do this. I want to get through it. You start swimming. I picture us, or this place, as a ship in a way, but as something as simple as a piece of driftwood that happens to be coming down the channel, and you grab a hold of it, and it gives you time to breathe, and it gives you a moment to recharge, because that's all you need, is that feeling of
You know, if you ask somebody, oh, how are you doing today? People expect to say that they have to say okay or I'm fine, because if they said, you know what, I'm actually not doing really well, I didn't sleep last night, and my finances are really bothering me, people be like, whoa, like I was just being polite.
changing my greeting to "It's so nice to see you," versus "How are you today?" You know, it's, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. I don't remember your name, but it's nice to see you. With it, prejudice. Okay, it's okay. I'm the one with the TBI, so I get away with this. So right now, of everything that I do, and I try to please everybody and this, that, and the other, I am prejudiced. This is really, 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 really bothering me. So, you have the purple ones. You go and put those on for me. All right. Now you're gonna take something. You got your tag off of there.
I'm working on
Here. Well, it's not that it matters,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna give you this,
Okay.
and you don't have to share, but you can if you'd like to.
I'm gonna work on
I'm putting not prioritizing self-care. I am definitely a giver over a receiver in my
that's
practice. So preach it, and I can be fully honest, I don't always.
But you know, that's a superpower, that power of influence and giving and loving and understanding.
Yeah.
So just because I do this regularly as self-maintenance, you can kind of throw it any way you want to.
Okay.
But I'm really, really sick and tired of dealing with this prejudice and the misunderstanding. So fuck off. You know what? Just in case they didn't get the message.
Yeah.
Grab that. I want to make sure. You want the anger? Take all of it.
Good.
The rest is yours.
Last weekend, my husband and I had the pleasure of meeting the owners of the Grievous Gallery out in Salisbury, North Carolina. They hold a beautiful space for anybody to come and process through anger, grief, or any tough emotions that they're feeling by shattering plates and bowls and glass and just giving that anger a chance to discharge. Anger is a very visible emotion. You might have seen a family member growing up that felt angry. You yourself might have felt really angry. And one thing I notice in my clients is that that emotion can often come with a lot of shame, especially when kids and teenagers start feeling angry. Rather than having someone extend a hand to them and recognize the suffering and the grief that they're going through, they often get into trouble or get shamed for their emotional reaction. So I want to find different ways that we can respond when we're feeling anger or grief and move that emotion through so that we can get down to the heart of vulnerability and have conversations and have healing and have connection in those moments. So the first tool is tremoring, and we've talked about this in the Yoga for Anxiety video. If you have a strap or a scarf, all you have to do is bring your arms up overhead, pull your elbows down until your arms start to shake by pulling that strap apart. And you'll start to notice those little shakes, those neurogenic tremors that are the body discharging stress and energy and tension. And you could do that for a minute or a couple of minutes, just listening to your body and allowing that energy to discharge. Another tool that's very helpful is what the Grievous Gallery offers. Being able to write down on a plate or a platter all of the emotions that are coming up, all of the things that feel really hard and really unacceptable and really challenging, whether that's trauma or the loss of a loved one or a terminal illness or anything at all that brings up grief and rage and hard emotions. And then taking that plate in a really safe and really mindful way and just throwing it and shattering it, letting that energy go. Letting the emotions that have been shattering you on the inside come out of your body, discharge, and shatter externally so that you no longer have to carry it and you can fill back up on a space of light and love and connection. So if throwing things or throwing plates is not available in the area that you live, or a place like the Grievous Gallery is not accessible for you, you could do it in your yard, against a home, as long as it's a safe place. You could also take water balloons, fill them all the way up, and throw them against the side of a house. You could also write everything down that you're feeling on a piece of paper and rip it up into shreds or burn it in a bonfire. Anything that helps you to see that emotion come up and see it transmute, to see it shift from something internal into something external that you no longer have to carry with you. So those are just a few practical tools if you're carrying grief, if you're carrying anger on your heart, to allow it to come up and out. If you've not checked out the Grievous Gallery, a link to their website is down underneath this video, and I highly recommend you check out their story, the history of that space, and what they're doing with it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for taking the time to connect into this video.